All right, let's talk about a tool that's quietly becoming your new superhuman coworker, artificial intelligence. In project management, AI promises to make pretty much everything faster and smarter. But, it also forces us to ask a really important question about who's actually in charge.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do we get all the amazing benefits of automation without accidentally handing over the keys to the entire project? It's this critical balancing act between letting the machine do its thing and keeping the human firmly in the driver's seat. Okay, check out this number because it really tells the whole story. 93%. That's not some prediction for the future. That's the percentage of organizations using AI right now. So if you think this is some trend just over the horizon, well, the reality is the train has already left the station. This is the new normal that every single project leader has to navigate starting today.
So first, let's just talk about the promise, because honestly, it's massive. Why is everyone rushing to adopt AI? Well, it's like giving every project manager a superhuman assistant, one that can completely transform how we work and unlock just incredible new levels of efficiency.
So where does this superhuman assistant really shine? Well, it's a master of the grunt work. All those repetitive, time-sucking tasks that bog projects down. Just think about it for a second. Schedules that update themselves automatically, status reports generated in seconds, even initial project plans drafted for you. This frees up managers to focus on what we humans do best: strategy, leadership, and creative problem solving.
And Dr. Wanda Curley just hits the nail on the head here. The goal isn't replacement, it's amplification. AI is not here to make project managers obsolete. No way. It's a tool designed to enhance their skills and make them more effective than they've ever been before.
And look, this isn't just some theory. The results are very real. Take Microsoft's Azure DevOps team. They started using AI to estimate their project costs. And the result? A 28% improvement in accuracy. Just imagine what that means in the real world. Fewer budget overruns, fewer painful surprises, and way more control over the bottom line.
And this isn't just for software companies either. In the world of massive construction projects, a firm called Balfour Beatty used AI to analyze thousands of their past jobs. They managed a 20% reduction in cost variances. That is a huge deal. It just goes to show how AI's predictive power can bring stability and control to some of the most complex physical projects on Earth.
So, the upside is crystal clear. But, and this is a big but, with great power comes great risk. And that brings us to the peril, falling into what's known as the automation trap. This is where that quest for efficiency leads to some really hidden dangers when we rely too heavily on unchecked AI.
To really get the risk here, you have to understand the fundamental difference between AI and people. AI is just brilliant at speed, data, and patterns. But humans, we bring context, empathy, and strategic thinking. If we over-automate, we risk sidelining those uniquely human skills, the very things you need most when a project gets messy and ambiguous.
A huge part of this risk is something called black box AI. So imagine an AI tool suggests a radical change to your project schedule. When you ask it why, it basically can't tell you. That's a black box. And if you don't know the reasoning, how can you possibly trust the decision? It completely erodes accountability and, frankly, puts your entire project on some very shaky ground. And we're not talking about small hiccups here. We're talking about the potential for biased algorithms to assign tasks unfairly, for managers to actually lose their own critical thinking skills by just deferring to the AI, and of course, massive security holes. Ultimately, it all leads to a total loss of accountability.
This chart really shows you the heart of the problem. We have that massive 93% adoption rate on one side, but on the other, only 7% of companies have a real governance plan in place to manage it. That enormous gap between using the tool and managing the tool, well, that's the danger zone where projects can really go off the rails.
But it is not all doom and gloom. This is absolutely a solvable problem. So let's shift from the peril to the playbook, a clear set of strategies for keeping humans firmly in charge of the whole operation.
The single most important strategy is called the human-in-the-loop model. It's a simple but really powerful three-step process. Step 1, the AI analyzes the data and proposes a solution. Step 2, a human manager reviews it, using all their expertise and context. And the crucial third step, the human makes the final decision. This keeps accountability exactly where it belongs, with a person, not with an algorithm.
Now, the human-in-the-loop model works best inside a strong governance framework. Think of it like creating the rules of the road for your AI. This includes things like documenting its decisions, checking for bias, and, this one's crucial, always having an off switch, just in case things go wrong. It's not about slowing down, it's about building guardrails so you can innovate safely.
So where does all this leave us? Well, the role of the project manager isn't disappearing, it's evolving. They're shifting from being just a manager of tasks to being more like the conductor of an orchestra that includes both human and AI players.
So what's the healthiest way to think about this new relationship? See AI as your brilliant, incredibly fast junior partner. It can do amazing work, but it must always report to a human boss for strategic direction, for ethical oversight, and for that final call.
And this leaves us with one final critical question for every leader out there. As you bring AI into your projects, are you training your team for automation, where they just push a button? Or are you training them for true collaboration, teaching them how to question, guide, and really work with these powerful new tools? Your answer to that is going to define the entire future of your work.